I just woke up and it's only like 6:30, so my grandparents are still sleeping. Anyways, I wanted to talk about the dream I had, which didn't even seem like a dream. It seemed like real life, which was something that never has happened to me, maybe once in my entire life. Like, I'm talking real, real. Like, it wasn't a dream. So the dream started off as I was at the light that I usually cross the street at to get to the bus stop. And there's like a little bit of dirt that is always on the ground in the middle of the crosswalk. And I began feeling that someone was near me, even though nothing was near me. Then I saw footsteps kind of in the dirt walking towards me. So I ran as fast as possible the other direction, which I never go, and I ended up really fast in this pathway where there were like a trail, where there was lots of trees surrounding me. I don't know how I got there. I kind of like teleported there. Then, out of nowhere, this medium good looking old woman walks out of the bushes. And from far away, I thought she was my mom. She looked just like my mom. And she walked up to me, and it was like almost real life. It wasn't like weird, magical, or strange like a real dream. And she said, "I'm a telepath." And I'm like, "Okay." She's like, "I disguised myself to look like your mother." And she described more things, and she said, "I've been watched my whole life," and that she was contacting me in a dream. See, shit like that. Shit like that. I don't even try to think of before I go to bed, so it's just like, was that real? Was that a dream? Of course it was a dream, but you can be contacted by people in a dream state when you're in a dream state. It's very easy to do. I have been contacted by my dead grandpa at least 4 times in the past 2 years. 3 years. So anyways, let's continue with the dream. After I met her, we started walking together down the pathway. And she said, "It's strange, I can't read your mind." And I'm like, oh. And she introduced me to my real aunt. And she told me that she was my real grandmother. And that the people I've been living with are the people who have to watch me and watch over me. And I'm not saying that this is reality. I'm saying there have been instances of telepathically connecting to someone when they're sleeping. That is a real thing. And I have had such a strange life. I have had, when I was 7, and I was with my grandmother at a store, a woman walked up to my grandma and said, "Your grandson's special. Protect him." Shit like that is strange. Very strange. When weird stuff like that happens to you throughout your entire life, from childhood to adulthood, you kinda ask questions. Like asking your parents all the time, "Hey dad, was I adopted? Hey mom, was I adopted?" I have never had that dream before in my life. I'd have no reason to even have that dream. Because the dream before that, I had a dream before that one, and it was just random. It didn't make any real logical sense. And then I have this dream, but it's not over yet. This real grandma of mine tells me that she's a telepath, and that abilities and strange things run through our actual family's blood, and that I was a healer. Now that the logical way of saying that is I could have thought that because I made a video last night before I went to bed about my healing factor, but I don't know. I like seeing all physical possibilities, being open-minded. You can expand your lungs. Like if you cough too much, you can go like this and put your tongue down to the base of your mouth, and your lungs will expand. It's a good thing to do if you can't stop coughing or you're having an asthma attack. But honestly, with subliminals, when you begin listening to healing subliminals, it will eventually go away. Most all health problems will go away. Now that's not the end of the dream. So the near ending part of my dream, sorry, it's cold in here. It's like 40 degrees in my room. The ending part of my dream was that I was introduced to my real aunt. I asked my so-and-so grandmother, so is the mom I grew up with my real mom? And she's like, no, that is your adopted mom. So after that, my aunt tried to read my mind, and I said no. I just like made a straight face at her, and I'm like, no. She was like really surprised, and she's like, oh, another telepath in the family. And I'm like, this is a really weird dream because nothing really strange is happening. Everyone's really calm and mellow, and I mean, I've had calm and mellow dreams, everyone has, but this was like a regular thing. Like, nothing weird was happening besides the fact that I had a telepathic grandma. That was kind of weird. Some people are telepathic, so don't find that too weird. Um, the last thing that happened was my my real grandmother said, the grandparents that are watching you are really agents, and they're not who you think they are. And she like put her finger on like near him, like she put her finger near my step grandpa's forehead, and he like started speaking other languages, and I'm like, what the fuck? My real my fake grandma, the one I live with, I don't know, it wasn't really in the dream. But it was weird. This woman that was in my dream I've never seen before in my entire life. And usually you have to see someone or have a relative mixture of some other people to create a person in a dream. And this woman I've never seen before. That's what made it so weird. And my aunt, my real aunt, I have never seen before, ever. So it's just a questioning dream. Like, will I have more of them? Is this just the start of having them? Last night I left my subliminals going. When I went to bed, I set up on my computer that the subliminals stop at 12 midnight, and then they start back up again at 5 in the morning. But I've turned the volume to 1, so it was very quiet. My brain still perceived the subliminals, but in a little, because if I make them too loud, my head gets dizzy. And there's an option on YouTube, just to tell you this, where if you right click the video, you don't have to make a playlist, you can just press loop, and it will loop that video for hours and hours. It's just I can't do this again because my computer can't handle it. Really weird dream. We'll see if I have more of them. Oh, and I'm going to release another cartoon video soon.